But you, they call me Dancing Mama. Why, you ask? Because I love to dance. Oh, I have two guest stars today. Number one, meow, 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 meow. Then number two, Bad Birdie. Bad, 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 bad Birdie. Peekaboo! Can you guess who? You were right. Dancing Grandma, I dropped my nose. My nose. Oh, and there. But I did not drop Bad Kitty. I love Bad Kitty. Now, Bad Kitty is recycled. You see this? This is a paintbrush. Because you know I love to paint. And I love kitties. And he's just being now my BFF next to Max. So, you'll see more of him later. As you know, Bad Kitty series was written by a gentleman named Nick Bruhl. You have to work with me on props. Nick Bruhl is an author and an illustrator. An illustrator? What's an illustrator? Well, you know. An illustrator is someone who illustrates or draws. I see it. Now, that's a picture of Nick. This is a picture of Nick, too. Ooh, good looking. Nick is an author and an illustrator. Guess what he collects? He collects Pez, P-E-Z dispensers. Dancing Mama has bought you dispensers as such, remember? He grows his own tomatoes, potatoes, potatoes. What do you think, Bad Kitty? Whisper. Ooh. Oh, he thinks tomatoes. He lives in Tarrytown, New York. Can you find Tarrytown, New York on a map? It should be easy. New York, is that north, south, east, or west of Ohio? The answer's manana. What does manana mean? Of course, manana! Of course, manana means tomorrow in Egyptian. What? What? Not Egyptian? Spanish? Ah, Espanol. What did you say, Kitty? Ah, because he is an author and an illustrator, he makes lots of money. Why? Because he doesn't have to share his income with an illustrator or his royalties. Oops, this is itching. Push it in. So anyway, thinking about him being an author and an illustrator, I'd like for you to think, how are you alike and how are you different? Compare and contrast yourself with Mr. Bruhl, or is it Bruhl that rhymes with fuel and tool and cruel, which we are not to one another. We are not cruel. Can you think of a sentence using the word cruel? I love my kitty. Anyway, I have to keep my finger on the little button on so that I can continue videoing. So let's talk about recycling. Calvin gave me this book after we both found it in a dumpster. You know what a dumpster? It's this very large trash can that was by the Mustard Seed thrift store. Well, anyway, they were throwing it away, so I thought, take it and recycle. So I not only use pieces in my itching again, almost as if it were to fall off. Anyway, so this is my new little chart. It would be so nice if I had a wipe-off board to put. So let's review. Lily, back to you. Thank you for reading me about Bad Little Kitty. I'd never read the book before. Please don't apologize for not showing me pictures. It's so kind that you do. Number 2, thanks for going back. And then every time. And then sharing the missing pics. You're sweet. I'm just going to take the old nose off because it's sweating in the house. I did turn the AC on because it is 92 and Bad Kitty told me to. So girls, what I recommend that you do each time you read a book, draw an illustration and write a review. Draw a pic and write a review. Oh, this is one heavy book. And on a scale, rate the book. Rate the book from 1 to 10 and why you gave it that rating. And Abby, I don't want you to feel the least bit left out. But back to you. Lily, I love the way you shared the book. I love the way you shared your thoughts because that's what good readers do. They sit there and they look at the illustrations and they think about what they read and they think, And what I loved was the fact that you thought out loud because I can't read your mind. I can't read your mind. And number 2, the expression in your voice, it changes with this, which is exciting for your listener. So in the future, both girls, keep reading, maybe 15 minutes at a time, because sometimes you start rubbing your eyes or your nose falls off. That's just an indication that you're getting tired. So, in ending today's lesson, the Stinky Kitty author Nick Burrell, you might want to make a chart and list how you're alike and how you are different. Oh, another thing, you might want to Google his name. An interesting fact. A very interesting fact. He was born on December 9th. December 9th is the same date that my mother was born. Of course, my mother was a lot older than him, but my mother was born on December 9th. He's 41 years old. His father was a writer. He has a daughter. And again, he was raised in New York. You have a lot of things in common, I'm sure, if you just research and find out more. Now, the moral of this story is keep reading. Read out loud with expression. You have lots of stuffed animals that can be your audience. Whether you tape or not, it's no big deal. Number 2, do incorporate some learning in that. If nothing else, change your expression. Think about the things as you read. And also, I'm sure Dad has old books in the basement that you could write on and just turn the page when you're done. So, my grandchildren, I'm going to close for now. Meow, meow. Oh, and I almost forgot. You've got a surprise coming in the mail on Saturday. It's very, very large. It's a birthday present for each of you. I know. Your birthday's not until July but I'm doing both birthdays Saturday. Okay? Saturday. Okay, that rhymes. Anyway, more tomorrow. And remember. And remember, I